This is Eagle Owl, and today we're going to talk about Jalen Hurts showing strong leadership. Also, Cooper DeJean in the lab. And lastly, Jordan Davis ready to prove everybody wrong. But let's get straight into it. All right, man. We just going to talk about the topics. We're going to mix a couple things in there. So before we get into the main topics, we're going to talk about AJ Brown. He was spotted at AI party. Hell, Terrell Owens. A couple Philly legends. It's one ring there. I'm just saying AJ got the ring, but it was cool to see guys that did big things for the city of Philadelphia there. Now you could say T.O., you could be wishy washy on him, but the year he was here, he definitely got us to the Super Bowl. And AJ Brown, we know what he did, and I think he got plenty more years to go with AJ Brown trying to get another ring. So joint practice has been revealed with the Browns. We know we had one with them. We just wasn't sure of the date. I believe I seen August 12th, August 13th. I will put the graphic right here. I know it's one of those dates, mid-August, I should say. So, of course, I will be reporting on that, our joint practice with the Browns. So, shout out to the Browns, man. They got Kenny Pickett over there. They got Shador over there. They got a couple guys over there for sure. Browns still got a good defense, especially like Lane Johnson versus like Myles Garrett or Jordan Mailata versus Myles Garrett. So it's going to be some battles there, especially on their defense. Our defense should be able to hold their offense. Defensive guys versus our offensive guys, that'd be like a good practice for our offense. Jaire Alexander. So Jaire Alexander decide to sign with the Baltimore Ravens. I think it's a 1 year, $6 million deal. Heard he took less to go there. That's a place he really wanted to be. So the Eagles could have put out an offer, but maybe he didn't accept it. So right now we rolling with Keely Ringo. I think the Eagles really believe in Keely Ringo. So we'll see how this Keely Ringo thing go. Do we trade for Ramsey? Or is another name that been floating out there who was on the Eagles' radar is Asante Samuel Jr. Now we know he been hurt a bit, and I think he could come in and compete. I won't say beat out Keely Ringo, but he could definitely compete. He's a ball hawk for sure. But his problem was missing tackles and injury. You don't want that in Philadelphia, but if Vic Fangio won him, if Vic Fangio could get him right, cool. Isaiah Rogers role, whereas though he come in here and there, maybe he's subbing in the slot, subbing on the outside, just in case like an injury or something happen. Can he play that role? That role was good enough to get Isaiah Rogers another opportunity with a different team and get paid. So if he decided to come to Philadelphia on a 1 year cheap deal, maybe he could prove something, go somewhere else and get paid, or hell, stay with us and get paid. Because we know how we like. If you playing out your mind, he'll find a way to pay you. Jalen Hurts, man, he's showing strong leadership. One of the things I can say about the Eagles off season, and I see a lot of these teams, is a story here, a story there, but we've been drama free. The two big things that been on the Eagles side that been somewhat outside of football, or you can quote unquote label it drama, is the CJ Gardner Johnson thing. And I think the Eagles are handling it well, but CJ is not. So is that really drama with the Eagles? Not really. The Dallas Goddard thing before he got signed, it was like, oh man, what's going on? But Jalen Hurts actually reached out to Dallas Goddard while the contract talks was going on. He was letting him know how important he is, how he means so much to the offense. And if could find a way to stay, stay. And that's pretty dope. That's definitely pretty dope. Because you got to think, Jalen Hurts is responsible for a lot of these stars, man. He responsible for AJ Brown. He told Howie Roseman, go get AJ. Responsible for having Devontae Smith drafted. He wanted Devontae. And now you can say he's responsible for Howie Roseman and Dallas Goddard and his agent talking it out and keeping him. I will say this, we talk about when Jalen and AJ's cooking, or Jalen and Devontae's cooking, but when Jalen and Dallas Goddard's cooking, It's really hard to beat the Eagles. I could use a game for example. The Saints game. The Saints supposed to win that game. We off. AJ got hurt. Devontae got hurt. But when Jalen Hurts and Dallas Goddard, that connection start working, man, it's something else. It's fun to watch. Another game I think about is last year, 2023. It was us versus the Rams. And when Jalen and Dallas Goddard cook, they cook. They are cooking. As we know what Devontae, AJ is going to do. Now we could say Saquon. But again, when Dallas get it going, his offense literally is unstoppable. Everything flows because now it's like, oh man, the tight end cooking. Now they probably got to bring a safety down. Or hell, maybe they don't even have enough guys to bring down. Now the linebacker is just getting completely cooked by Dallas Goddard. So again, when Goddard's cooking, he's cooking for real. DeJean is in the lab. A trainer posted a video, I believe on YouTube, but I happened to see it on Twitter. And let me play this clip.
That right there, like even the drill work, just because when you play, bro, that's the difference between somebody like running by you and you, or you being opening up and being in phase. You know what I'm saying? It can easily go undermined though, because you do so much pedal, open, and drill work, but really strain a little bit. When you open up, have some urgency.
It's good to see DeJean in the lab trying to get better, do better things, and you're gonna have a year tape on him. So it won't be an element of surprise on how good Cooper DeJean is. So Cooper DeJean is developing his game. I did report that Cooper DeJean during OTAs and shorts, he was struggling a bit. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Those were the reports. A lot of people wasn't reporting it, but he was struggling just a bit. But it's good to see he's back in the lab. See what he got to fit. See what he got to do. And to be fair, we got one of the best wide receiver cores. Let's be honest. It's no surprise that Cooper DeJean was struggling. Or maybe Cooper DeJean is just a gamer, because if you go to my older videos, when I was talking about Cooper DeJean in the preseason game, and I think that was against the Vikings, I'm like, I don't see it. But when he came in the regular season, when he subbed in for Avonte Maddox, yeah, he was a star in the making. He was definitely a star in the making. But let's talk about the last topic. Let's get into the last topic. Jordan Davis. So Brandon Graham came out and said like he can't wait to see Jordan Davis play. He's going to prove a lot of doubters and haters wrong. And I hope Brandon Graham is right, because Jordan Davis is like the Dallas Goddard on the defense. If Jordan Davis is cooking, that defensive line is really hard to stop, because you know what Jalen Carter is going to give you. Nolan Smith been pretty consistent. We know what he's going to give you. Jalen Hunt towards the end of the season been pretty consistent. Even if you think of a guy like Azeez Ojulari, he's going to at least give you 6 to 8 sacks this season. He's going to be cooking. We'll see what Joshua O'Shea, see what he do, or Antoine Powell Rolland. Thank you for somebody telling me you should just call him APR. It's easier to remember that way. So yeah, we don't know what he's going to bring, but hopefully he give us like 3 sacks. But what I'm saying is Jordan Davis is the X factor. Like, he's the true X factor, because everybody said we know Jordan Davis is talented, which is true. He's very talented. Nobody questions Jordan Davis' talent. Look at his RES score. Like, I think he had a perfect score. The question is, can he do this for 18 to 20 games? Can he do this for 17 games? Or he's only going to give us 6 games, 5 games, 7 games. But it look like Vic Fangio's not going to play that. The way Jordan Davis been talking, sound like he's going to be disciplined. And hopefully he is, man. Especially if we want to get paid, especially if we want to stay in this league for a long time. He got to be disciplined, man. He had to be, because he's way too talented. Way too talented. But again, I hope Brandon Graham right, and I hope we prove everybody wrong. But yes, I took a day off yesterday, or the day before yesterday. Yeah, I took a day off, man. I don't know. I had a video scheduled to come out. I just fell asleep. Like that's how I knew I was burnt out. Like, you Al just needed some rest, man. I just needed a little rest, man. Like I literally passed out. Like sat on the bed. I just went to sleep. Like oh snap! I forgot to upload the whole video. We was just gonna scratch it. We're gonna shoot a whole nother one. But we back at it, man. Maybe I usually do the Saturday off or a Sunday. Maybe I just go straight on the weekend, then straight the week, and just have that Wednesday as my day off. So that's all I got for you guys today. Hey man, what do you think? How do you feel, man? Jordan Davis, Jalen Hurts, Cooper DeJean in the lab. But this is Eagle Al, man. I'm out.